Morning, everybody, and I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Actually, we are talking about two themes that are extremely relevant for today's economy, and which is knowledge. And we live today in the knowledge-based economy. Everybody knows about that. And renewable energy and environment issue are becoming more and more relevant for the whole Western society, and why not the rest of the world. So we have very few time to approach this. I'm truly thankful to be in the JELARE project, which means it's all the time we were working on sharing knowledge, which is my research area as well as sustainability. And definition of the knowledge sharing is truly very, very broad and well known. So many of us have different definitions, but renewable energies are well defined. So I would like to stress the reason of why we need to share knowledge and how we did it throughout the JELARE project, and I would be very open to the questions. Here we are using, and it's not academic thesis, it is Tom Friedman thesis with regard to the world is flat. So Tom Friedman years ago, he described in very understandable way the globalization, and he said he discovered after visiting India that the world is flat, and the consequences of the technology usage in terms of transforming the world into a flat world. And how could we use this technology to share knowledge and to propagate our knowledge about renewable energies and their application and benefit toward the environment and the society that are involved in this. So here we have, and the most important thing is the globalization of individuals. And what does that mean? We can reach the individuals throughout every initiative using the Web 2.0 technologies. And that's exactly what we were doing through the JELARE project, by using the network of our partners, by getting through the channels toward remote societies or remote areas in Bolivia, in Brazil, even in Guatemala and elsewhere. We are talking about 3 forces, 6 tools, and 1 glue, and I will be very brief in describing that. The three forces, one of them, and I insisted to put this on the picture here, is about Germany. And I think that most of you remember, this moment here. When the walls came down and the windows went up. And it was truly a very remarkable moment for our Western civilization. The second moment, in terms of technology was the new age of connectivity, when all of us became knowledgeable about the Netscape and the World Wide Web browsers. So after all of this, we came to the workflow softwares. And here there are the tools that we always take or took into consideration when we were working on our dissemination and knowledge sharing process in terms of JELARE. So we used uploading the information, we outsourced some of our tasks to external experts, and that was one of the project part. We offshored some tasks, and we used our supply chaining in terms of creating the value and to install, for example, what you have seen right now, the facilities in Batallas, importing German technology, processed within the context of the country, and installed in a remote area. We insource things when we mobilize all of our resources within the university and the network universities connected, and we disseminate, we inform. And all of these steps, all of these tools were considered when we worked out the JELARE knowledge sharing and dissemination. The glue that we relied on when we worked, and according to Tom Friedman's definition, were the steroids. So we reached out digitally, mobilely, if I can say that, personally, and virtually all of our stakeholders, all the community members, the students, the staff member of the university, and the politicians as well. So I would say that in our case, and I'm sure in the other partners' case elsewhere in Latin America, JELARE has a special impact on the policymakers, impelling them to think more about renewable energy. And in Brazil particularly, we have reasons to say that we are more focused in destroying the environment, unfortunately, rather than using the natural resources in order to deploy the photovoltaic energy or wind energy, and we are focused only in hydroelectrical energy, which is destroying the environment to some extent. So nobody's told the kids right now. The kids are truly very knowledgeable about that, and this was our students, this X generation or millennium generation. They are very knowledgeable about the use of technology, and the knowledge sharing process was basically simple. We generated the knowledge within the network. I didn't want to go deeply through the process of knowledge generation in this presentation because it's very small time to have. So basically generation, incorporation, and dissemination. These were the three phases we worked out during the JELARE project in order to share knowledge among our network within the university and with the other stakeholders outside the university, the society, basically in Latin America, Latvia, and Germany. We took into consideration this approach. I landed from the United States, which is a 21st Century Education Initiative. They described the past or the 20th century educational model based on content and assessment. So in JELARE, we decided to move forward toward the next step, which is the framework for the 21st century, which is very similar to Bologna process. And here we are having the development and try to develop within the university throughout our capacity building seminars, and the learning and innovation skills, the information media and technology skills, core subjects and 21st century themes, and here the environment is truly important. So we call it environmental literacy, which is teaching the students and embedding many disciplines within their courses or their knowledge, what we call knowledge packages. So the environment, it became truly very important component of our education system. And here we do have the life career skills, and it has to do with this place here when we talk about life career, which is Hamburg University of Applied Science, and here we are in the Faculty of Life Sciences, which is one of the most developed initiatives in this sense, and completely in the same page which we are looking for here in the JELARE project. So here we have the e-learning framework, which is basically all of these components I mentioned, and we have the standards and assessment, curriculum and instruction, professional development, and the learning environment. And specifically the learning environment, we used the e-learning technology for knowledge dissemination. Here we have truly a case study, which is JELARE, what we did here, and basically I'm taking into consideration the pilot model number 1, which was mentioned by our partners here, and it is a joint initiative between 4 universities, Bolivia, Guatemala, Brazil, and Chile, Latvia, sorry, Chile is not, we're not here. And we got expertise from one solid market economy. I mentioned that solid market, I hope it will still solid after today. But and we joined, so a mix of two kinds of knowledge. The consolidated knowledge in terms of renewable energy, which is present here in Germany, and to disseminate in emerging market economies, working the knowledge sharing between the partners. And so we got a project, or pilot model, number one, and we endeavored the challenge for sharing knowledge on renewable energy through e-learning courses. So what we did basically, we prepared using the framework of knowledge creation and sharing, and the 4 universities, they hold meetings, they discussed a lot the contents based on the framework I have shown right now, and we came out with 13 e-learning courses respecting the 4 cultures involved, the languages as well, and the teaching methodology. And here, what we do have in terms of outcomes, some of the subject covered here, the hydropower, the wind power, biomass, all related things we've discussed here in JELARE project. This is the knowledge sharing flow, basically. So we had the survey analysis. Dr. Leal had mentioned the survey we conducted. It was the work pack number 2 during the JELARE project. It came out with a lot of information regarding the approach that the industry wanted us to take. So we discussed that we have the capability building throughout among the partners. So the knowledge creation, which is the courses creation, and the knowledge sharing will be the next step that we will share the knowledge with the students and other stakeholders among the society. And that's it. Thank you very much. I hope I am in time. Thank you.